time, we are back with our dream journal. We are going to be looking at an example, and we're going to do Jenna's example today first. So thanks for sharing your dream with us, Jenna.
You're so welcome.
Do you know, it's actually a real privilege when, somebody shares your dream with them. Don't take it lightly, because dreams are so personal. It's a real treat that somebody gets to share their dreams with you. It's so cool. We never take that for granted, do we, Jenna?
It can be pretty vulnerable, especially when you know that they're going to help with an interpretation. So these dreams, I have an example here, and then Zoe has one too, which we're going to do in another video, but they're both in the journal. So you'll actually have the full process all laid out of how we break down the dreams. So
perfect. Okay, so Jenna, tell us your dreams. Remembering back to our steps, step 1 is to what?
Write down your dream.
Write down your dream. So in the journal, under dream details, Jenna has written down a dream. Would you like to read your dream for us?
Love to. So it says, I was riding a bike across the San Francisco Bridge. It was a nice day but hard work. There was no one around except me, and I was talking to Zach, my husband, on the phone. It was taking ages. And then there's also, so we've got one full page, as you'll see in your journal, is specifically for writing your dream down. And you'll see on my example, at the bottom I've written, note to self, Zach often represents Jesus to me as my husband. And also I've written, I hate biking. Something that I don't want to have to do. I would usually want an easier way of traveling. So you can use that page there to write out your dream, and also any other kind of things that come to mind about the dream. Feel free to pop that in there too.
Yeah, and say also you might even have a couple of dreams on the same night that you think might be connected. You could probably put them all on one page as well. Because you might have some similar symbols happening in the dream. So the next step is we'd like to give our dream a little title. So Jenna, you have called this, just that you remember later on, you've called this the Golden Gate Bridge.
I have.
Because that's where it was, so you that's what made sense to you. Great. Okay, and then this is the part where we get to thinking a bit more. So step 2 is always praying, right? So we stop, thank God for the dream, ask for his wisdom, or however you would do that.
Yeah, that's right.
So cool. And then on the following page we look at the key symbols. So we've left spaces for 3 symbols. You can either use half, for more if you've got, add them in, scribble, whatever you want to do, but we've tried to go for about 3 big symbols in your dream. So Jenna, what are the big symbols from your dream?
Okay, so I don't think the dream would make sense if I wasn't on a bike. That's the one key symbol. Also, it would have been completely different if I was riding my bike along the river or up a mountain. So the bridge is the second symbol, I think is really important. And then the third one is that I'm on the phone. So I think that that's a really important element. If I wasn't on the phone talking to anybody, then that wouldn't make sense either.
Yeah, I love that. And Jenna's really good, and she's taught me so much about asking questions within our dreams. So asking that question, why was it this and not that? Why was it a bridge, and not a street? So those are very cool things to ask. Okay, so she's written down, you write down, that's all you need to do first step. Put those in the 3 different boxes, and then we start to think about what do those symbols actually mean to us. Okay, so and you'll see it in the book. Jenna's broken it down to say.
Yeah. So I've written under bike that it's personal. A bike's personal. So I've written I have to do the work myself. It's not like hopping in a car or a bus. And I've also written that it's slow and it takes longer than a car.
Yeah.
Under bridge, I've written. So what we're writing here is ask yourself, what does a bridge do in real life? Take out the spiritual side of it, take out anything else of symbolism. What does a bridge actually do? And I've written here, it takes from one place to another, or is a connector. I've also written that it's the Golden Gate Bridge, and so golden gates, that makes me think of the heavenly realm, the golden gates of heaven. And then the third symbol that we had here was the phone. Well, what does a phone do? It's a way that you can communicate with somebody that isn't physically with you, right? And so to me, that's a form of communication that sounds a lot like prayer. It's a way to communicate with God, even if we can't see him standing right here with us. And again, I've written in here that I was talking to Zach, who's my husband. And one fun thing that we love is how Jesus appears in our dreams, and it's in so many different ways, so enjoy finding that out for yourself. But for me, and sometimes for Zoe too, it's often in the form of our husband, because if we think about it, we're the bride of Christ. Jesus is our husband, and so it would make sense that he would appear like that, or as a best friend, anything else like that as well.
Yeah, so great. Okay, so then there's just a little part there. Was Jenna a participant or an observer? She was definitely a participant this time. So it's really related to her, that dream. And then we look at what is the main action? So what is the main thing that she's doing in the dream?
Well, I was watching myself biking across the bridge, and I was kind of flicking between watching myself and also biking across the bridge. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so this is the part where you could say, what is happening in your life right now that might be connected to the dream. It could be something you're going through, or maybe not. So what did you put down there, Jenna?
So I've written in there, I've got a bit of a long-term health issue that I've been struggling with, and it can sometimes feel pretty overwhelming, hard and lonely. I'm saying with a big smile on my face for the video, but the reality is that health issues can be really hard and lonely. So
and not surprisingly, God would give you a dream. So something like this to give you an encouragement. And that last part, so we've put an example in here of Jenna saying that she felt what the interpretation would be. What did you say there, Jenna?
Okay, so Brennan, I feel that God is telling me that I'm in a place of growth and strengthening that often feels like hard work, like riding the bike, and feels like I'm alone. Jesus is with me, and he's constantly talking to me like on the phone through it as he directs me in my walk on earth into the heavenly realm.
So good.
So you can see how a really simple little dream of riding a bike across a bridge has turned into a promise that I feel Jesus is giving me, that he is with me, he's not leaving me alone even when I feel like it, and that he's leading me to a destination that's going to be worth it.
Yeah, so good. So watch out for our next video where I'm going to share one of my dreams for a bit more, but we hope this blesses you and encourages you, and we can't wait for you to dig in and interpret your own dreams as well.
Yay, and remember, feel free to always message us hello@zoeandjenna.com if you have any questions or you want to share any part of your dream.